And now we're going to travel up to Venice and throw you right into the middle of the main market. There's the Rialto market for some fresh fruits for a quick snack along the way to give you some energy for your little shopping spree. It's very much the center of Venice. It's the oldest part of town, and it has this very colorful morning market. It's open every day except Sunday, right through the lunch hour. And it's a great place to come even if you're not hungry, just to have a look around and soak up the sights and the colors. And of course you'll be tempted to buy some of these fresh fruits. They are just tree ripened and delicious. And look at this muscle power of the city. Everything in Venice is delivered ultimately by hand. That's why it's a slightly expensive city. One of the nice things to purchase in Venice is the mask that dates to the time of the Carnival. There's all kinds of stores in Venice. It's like one big shopping mall. And this particular neighborhood is very good for shopping because it's off the beaten track. We're going from the Rialto to the Frari. We're heading away from Piazza San Marco. And the further away you get from the tourist centers, the more the prices go down. And plus, it's fascinating to just stroll in these back alleys, even if you're not buying anything, just to look around and take in the sights. We're moving around again. We're going to see a little bit more of Venice and do some more walking down the quaint little narrow alleyways of the city. Venice is just a great place for getting lost, for taking a stroll, not worrying about where you are because you can't really get terribly lost. After all, it's on an island. The cafes are open. You can go in and stand up and get a shot of espresso. Remember, it's cheaper if you buy food standing up than if you sit down at a table. You've basically got to pay rent when you're sitting down at a table. Another way to save a little money in general when you're traveling is to shop away from the main tourist areas. Get off the beaten track as we are here in the back roads of Venice. We're over near the Church of the Frari at a wonderful little glass shop, and his prices are a little bit more reasonable than you'll find around in the San Marco district, especially around the Piazza San Marco. And there's a good variety in just about any one of the glass shops in town. You can get candle holders, jewelry, plates and bowls and necklaces, earrings, little loose glass beads where you can take them home and string your own. And you'll find it very tempting. Come out of there with a lot of goods. Now we'll take you into the Church of the Frari, walking through the wooden carved stalls of the choir. This is a fabulous church. It has some important artistic treasures, including the Assumption of the Virgin by Titian. It was built in the Gothic style between 1340 and 1443. It's one of the largest churches in Venice. There's a Donatello wood carving of John the Baptist and an early masterpiece by Bellini, the Madonna Enthroned. Venice does have a university right in this neighborhood, as you can see from the students who are hanging out here on the sidewalk. It's a major university with nearly 10,000 students and offers a broad range of liberal arts and science courses. Entering a typical local campo. This is Campo Santa Margherita. Then we continue along on our walking tour of Venice. We're just outside of the San Marco district here, across the Grand Canal. And there's really nice stretches of sidewalk along the canals called fondamenta, where you have a nice view of the water. Lots of narrow alleys. Venice is such a magical place. It's the best collection of historic buildings any place in the world. In recent centuries, Venice has changed less than any other city in Europe. It's so pleasant to be able to stroll everywhere and not worry about cars and trucks running you over, but to be able to look into these beautiful canals and enjoy mirrored reflections and the quiet serenity of these back lanes. Unfortunately, most visitors to Venice are only here for a few hours on a package tour, and they never get to these nice little authentic back streets. They just stay in the Piazza San Marco and its immediate area. We came across a real local scene here. School's getting out, and all the parents are waiting for the kids, waiting to not drive them home because remember there's no cars here. They're waiting to walk them back to their apartments. There are actual bona fide residents in Venice, not as many as there once were. Today the population is about 70,000. Here's a typical Venetian, typical Italian walking along, looking good with her cell phone. No, she's got 2 cell phones. Yep, everybody seems to have a cell phone in Italy, and the rest of the world is soon catching up. But only Venice has these narrow alleys, no cars, little canals, gondolas, boat rides of all kinds. It is a unique, special place. We've had a wonderful week in Italy, enjoying the first part of our 18-day tour that goes from Rome to London by train. We started out with 3 nights in Rome. Saw a lot of highlights, great cathedrals, the fountains, the statues, the piazzas. Then we took the train up to Florence, just a few hours away. Enjoyed a couple of nights in Florence, went to the museums, had some great food, walked around, did some shopping, walking tours. Then we took the train up to Venice, as you've been watching in today's program, where we spent 2 more nights enjoying the canals and special atmosphere here. Now we're going to Switzerland and then Paris and finally London. So we leave Venice the same way that we arrived, on the vaporetto. Our bags go on the baggage barge and we meet at the train station. Porters handle the bags from the hotel to the station for us, and they deliver the bags right onto the dockside where we take over and put the suitcases onto the handy push carts, push them up into the train station, board the train, and off we go to Switzerland.